sleep,
Rest.
Habits.
Fuel.
how are these four things relatively related? Let's talk about that. Welcome back to Relatively Related. I am your host, Troy Penny, alongside.
I'm Tarrie.
Trudy.
And I'm Tarrie.
And in this week's episode, we're going to be talking about input and output. This is a part of our health series. And let's just jump into it. But wait, before we jump into it, how are you guys doing?
I'm good.
What about you, Trudy?
Everything is going well.
Yeah? What about you, Terry?
My back hurts a bit, but
Everybody's good. Terry's just like, yeah, my back. And just,
but
what happened? What happened?
I'm good. I am good overall. I also feel a bit sore because I've been working out, and I'm feeling the soreness. So as part of our monthly challenge, we're trying to up the amount we're doing. Yeah, so I still feel a bit sore, but I'm pretty good otherwise. And you? What about you?
I am not. I feel very sore.
Oh yeah.
No, I'm joking. I don't feel that sore. Well, I'm gonna explain.
Okay.
I skipped my a couple days for my workout thing. Yeah, no, I just got scared. Like they started making me do some really crazy workouts, and I couldn't.
So you were doing the Fabletics program, right?
The Freeletics.
Freeletics. Oh yeah,
Freeletics.
Okay.
Fabletics is closed, right?
I think Fabletics
it's
might be
closing.
closed. Shout out
They
to
can
Fabletics.
sponsor us.
Yeah,
I
could
need
sponsor.
some new workout outfits.
Oh wait, do they only do women?
I think so.
Okay.
Well, yeah, you should.
So
shout them out.
Freeletics, you were doing Freeletics.
Yeah, I was doing Freeletics, and it's very intense because they started getting me. They're trying to make me do these workouts where I have to like put my feet up onto the wall and then like go down, like do a push up from that position. I can't. So instead, I still was active.
Yeah.
I rode my bike.
Okay.
You went back to
still
bike
good.
riding?
Yeah, I went back to bike riding because I just this is not that's not for me. Yeah.
With my, because I'm doing the half marathon within 4 weeks, right? So I was looking up at different schedules and, people training regimen and everything like that. And guys, I think I'm in a little bit of trouble. because of all the things I'm reading, everything that they're saying, they're like, when you're doing a half marathon, at least train for 8 to 10 weeks.
And you're doing it
I'm
4 weeks.
condensing it into 4 weeks. So.
But you had been running before, so it's not like you're starting from
That's
couch to.
Yeah.
5K.
So
Wait, no, we're doing based on what we do for this challenge. We start our challenges in this month, but then you can keep on doing it. So,
You can keep going.
I do want to do it within 4 weeks.
Yeah.
I do want to push myself. So
How far have you gotten in terms of your distance?
right now I'm at 12 kilometers. That's the highest I run. So
Without
I have
stopping kind of thing.
Yeah, so I have to double it within 3 weeks. So next week I'm planning to run 14, and then the following week 16, and then the last week I'm just going to do 21.
Is it just me or does anyone else want to throw up? Man, that is crazy. What about you, Trudy?
Well, my workout, it's going pretty good. I decided to do the Chloe Ting summer body shred challenge. And it's been all over Instagram and YouTube and stuff. So I would see, men
too.
too.
Oh, that's why you were asking me to do it. I'm like, it's for
yeah,
ladies.
no.
You gotta get shredded, man.
Yeah, so I saw it. I think one of our friends, she mentioned it, and I was just like, this looks like some easy thing. I'm like, this is not a challenge at all. I tried the first day, and I was like, oh God. So it is definitely pushing me, and I love the fact that there's a schedule. So that really helps me stay consistent. So yeah, it's going well.
I find schedules are just the worst in the world, but that's just me.
I like it.
That's the last born in me. Like,
Yeah.
we like no order at all.
I love it.
Yeah, I've been using the my thing. It's this app JE Fit.
G-Fit.
Yeah, so I've been using that, and they have programs in there, and the one I'm doing, it's like a 30-day program. But there's days, unlike Trudy's, there's days in between. So, but you have to be active rest. Like it's like you're
Well,
still
mine
doing
has that
stuff.
as well
Oh, okay,
too, yeah.
okay, yeah. So I'm doing Monday, Wednesday, Friday, active, and like actually, like it's a lot of dumbbell squats and stuff. That's why
Oh,
my legs
cool.
is feeling
Yeah.
tired from that. But yeah,
Man.
it's been going well. It's honestly doing this challenge with you guys, knowing that you're also doing it too, and that we are accountable to the fans.
And we're all struggling along the way.
Yeah.
Struggle
It's
City.
it's fun having it like the challenge there. So it's like okay, I need to because I need to make a little video to see how I'm going and stuff. So it's been good.
Okay.
Yeah, thanks
Yeah.
for asking, Troy.
No
Yeah.
problem, no problem. I made the mistake of showing them a little bit of my video, and Tarrie was laughing at me. So Tarrie and Trudy were laughing at me. So Tarrie was.
I was being supportive.
Yeah,
you
he
know?
was being supportive. But when you guys see that video, I was like, you know what? When you see it, you'll see it. But yeah, we'll just jump into the topic. I guess.
Okay, cool.
So my topic today is about sleep. So my question for you guys is, can you tell me some benefits just off the top of your head of sleep?
Like because my challenge is losing weight, and some books I've been listening. One of the consistent thing they keep saying is you gotta sleep to lose weight. So to lose weight, that's one of the benefits I would say. Helps you lose weight.
Okay. What about you, Trudy or Tarrie?
Just from personal experience, the days that if I don't get enough sleep, I always find myself more grumpy than the days that I do. So just personal experience. I'm just thinking back the days that I get the most amounts of sleep, like between that 6 to 8 range for me, I find my day goes a lot smoother where if I get like 4 or 5 hours sleep, I find myself more agitated, more grumpy. Things upset me a little bit more. So just going back to that, I can see why sleep is important.
Okay.
From what I know about sleep, like it helps the brain a lot. It allows the brain to really clean itself up. It's kind of like the time period where it's like your brain is like, all right, let me get rid of all these, toxins and whatnot, and garbage. And also for your body, it helps it, give it time to rest and recover and do all of that stuff. So it's very important.
Okay.
Well,
I'm sure you're asking because you have some answers.
I do have
Share
some
with
answers.
us, Troy.
None of them are any of what you guys said, but thank you so much for sharing. Appreciate that. I'm gonna give you guys a bit of a history lesson on sleep and specifically how light affects sleep.
Okay.
So way back when, I don't know what the year was, but way back when, according to the author let me say what my book was. My book was Why We Sleep. And according to the author of that book, he said, after Edison had developed the light bulb, we started to control our sleeping patterns. Right?
Yeah.
So, and before Edison did that, we had the oil lamp, and before that, we had fire, and before that, we had the sun. Now,
So it was natural sleep.
it was
back in
natural, right?
yeah.
Our body was very in tune with the earth and how we would fall asleep when the sun went down.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
pretty much it.
Yeah.
That's how it used
Which
to be.
makes sense, right?
It makes a lot of sense, right? And so that we used to fall asleep when the sun went down, but then with the invention of the light bulb, our sleep schedules sort of got skewed or got a bit messed up and stuff. And then after that, fast forward to 2020 and the 21st century, we now have these light sources that are emitting from literally our hands. We have them in our hands, and
That's true.
it's something that's very, very dangerous for us, and we may not think that it's dangerous, but it is. I just want to ask you guys another question. What is your what's your nighttime routine like? Like, what do you do typically each night before you go to bed? You don't have to be like super detailed. Just tell me the
Well, I
general
go to the
things.
washroom and then I think my routine is fairly simple. First thing I do, and I started to do this a year or so ago, and I find it really effective, is that I move my cell phone away from the room. So I put it like on the charging dock, and that's outside of my room. Brush my teeth, and then just go to bed and try and fall asleep from there. But just moving my cell phone away from my room, I found that really effective.
Okay. Okay, that's really good. That's actually one of the tips that I'm gonna
Yeah.
give later.
Yeah.
What about you, Trudy?
Yeah, no, that's my thing with the cell phone. I leave it in the office so it charges overnight.
Yeah.
Because I really don't like light at all. Like, it bothers me. I need to be in like pitch black.
You're a
in the
child of
room.
darkness. That's good. Yeah.
Right into darkness.
Nah. But yeah, I like the room really dark. So just having the phone, like, sometimes like it'll just like something will come up
Yeah,
and then
notification.
I
Yeah.
hate that stuff.
Yeah.
Tarrie brings his phone.
And I
into
find,
the room,
like,
and they're just gonna be
once-
so
Yeah,
upset.
I find like once I remove that cell phone, the distraction is
Yeah.
not there also. So I'm
Yeah.
just focusing on like getting some
to
rest.
sleep.
And if some, like, we all tend to think, at least that's how I used to think, that an important text is going to come and I'm missing something that's going to happen.
Not at
But
2 a.m.
Nobody's
reality
texting me, man.
reality is nothing that important is coming in at that time, right? When you're sleeping.
And at 2 a.m. they should be calling 911 if anything. So
That's true.
that's the truth.
Yeah. Well, what I usually do is like I bring my phone in the room, but only for my alarm. Like that's the only reason, because like I wake up in the morning. But one of the things I've been looking at getting is I wanted to get one of the old school clocks. Like that's only purpose is I actually looked into it and everything. I just didn't get one. But like I'm looking to get one and just have it in the washroom so I can hear it. And that way I have to actually get up to turn it on.
Turn it off. Yeah.
Rather than just press snooze and go back to sleep, because I try to go to work really early so I can leave a bit early. So I've been trying to like Trudy leaves her phone and I would bring her phone in when I leave in the morning when she's still sleeping, so in case like on the road something happens or whatever. But yeah, for the most part, like we've been really, because I think recently we did some like talks on sleep and stuff, and that was one of the things they kept saying, don't have your phone in the room. So like before I used to always like I'll be on the phone and stuff in the room at night when it's time to sleep, but now I kind of like I just have it, but I just put it to charge, and then when it goes off I just turn it off and get up and go.
Well, I mean, you guys are really, you're making it hard for me, because my notes are saying that 90% of people, they typically use their phones 2 hours before they go to bed, right? And the book that I was reading said that the reason why that's so detrimental is because your brain is not getting the signal of darkness, and your brain needs that signal of darkness. So I have this word. It's suprachiasmatic.
Yeah, that's good.
How do I pronounce it?
I would say super charismatic.
Suprachiasmatic nucleus, right? So your suprachiasmatic nucleus, which is located in the
Hypothalamus.
See, this is why we have a doctor on the show,
For stuff like these.
and stuff like this. Your hypothalamus, it's that your suprachiasmatic is located in your hypothalamus. Man, this is so hard. This is why I'm not a doctor. But anyways, it's located in your hypothalamus, and it's being fooled into thinking that it's still daytime, right? And even though our technology has evolved over time, our brains, the way our brain functions is still the same. You know what I mean? So it's very important before you go to bed, before you go to sleep, try to, as Tarrie was saying, maybe put your phone in a different room or limit your time limit your screen time before you go to bed at least 2 hours before, because when your brain has that signal of it's darkness, then it starts to release that melatonin. The pineal gland starts to release the melatonin, and that, man, I sound so smart, bro. But your pineal gland releases the melatonin, which then helps you sleep. And something that I've been noticing a lot recently is that a lot of people are using these melatonin pens. In order to fall asleep, because it's a problem that a lot of young people have, right? Because every night, typically what we do, we're scrolling through Instagram or scrolling through Facebook or whatever.
It's crazy that
insomnia is on the rise as a result. It's
crazy that people are actually like falling asleep on, like, this is something that I can't remember doing in the last like year or two, but I remember there were times in the past where I actually fall asleep on with my computer, like on me on the bed, like but I don't think that we haven't done that,
No.
like, but
Yeah.
I know in the past, and it's crazy that people do that. It's like you're like watching a movie just before going to bed, and it's like you watch it until you literally fall asleep.
Yeah.
So it's like the last sort of source of light you have is that, right? But I think we really have to, like as a society and us as individuals too, because we're taking part of this, like be aware of like what are the bad habits we have when it comes to sleep.
Your sleep
'Cause-
hygiene.
Yeah, your
Yeah.
sleep hygiene, yeah.
Yeah, because another note that I had here was using the iPad before bed can reduce your melatonin levels by 23%. Now, it may not sound like a lot.
No,
but
23%.
So what if you use
it?
a different tablet? Is it
Anything-
just that?
Oh my god.
Okay, so anything that emits blue light,
Blue light, yeah.
Oh, it's not just Apple products.
it's not just Apple products, but anything that emits blue light,
Yeah.
it will affect your melatonin levels before you go to sleep. Because again, you need that dark. Your brain needs that darkness signal in order to
Yeah.
go into
Release.
the whole pattern of okay, it's sleep time, right?
So
Yeah, go ahead.
what I was thinking as you were talking, is it good? Like, I try. I know you've been looking up that stuff, and Trudy, you might know as well. Is it good to do stuff like, let's say, because like 2 hours before I'm ready to sleep, like I'm ready to sleep at 12, right? For example, if I know I'm doing 12 to 7 or whatever, or so yeah, 2 hours before. So by 10. Is it a good idea to do something else, like let's say play a board game or meditate or
Read a
whatever,
book.
pray or read a book or something? Like, is it better to do something like that? Rather
Yeah,
than
I mean, I don't know if you could pray for 2 hours, but I mean, yeah, you
Some
can
people
definitely do
can.
that. Some people can.
yeah.
Shout out to the prayer warriors out there. I don't know, but yeah, I think definitely this is going to require you having some kind of schedule and like
Yeah.
creating something because
Yeah.
2 hours is a lot of
Yeah,
time.
something
and I
other
think
than
it's-
something that's, because it's hard to do something that doesn't involve light right now, like
Yeah.
movies.
It's like
If you're like, oh, I'm gonna watch a
Yeah.
movie or show, or
Yeah.
like just hang out and play a game. That's all. So we're trying to say no technology. Right?
I think
So,
you have to be really conscious of it.
Yeah.
Like you have to be conscious that, okay, I'm getting to that point where I want to go to bed at 12 or whatever the case may be. Be conscious that let me try to cut off from technology 2 hours before, because it will make a big impact in your overall well-being.
Yeah, again, like another example that they had in the book, they did this study with these two sets of people, and they had some of them, before they went to bed, read on their iPad, and then some of them read on just like a physical book.
Oh, I forgot about that one. Read on an
Yeah.
actual book.
Reading in an actual book.
Yeah.
We forget about that because we have e-readers, we have the
Yeah.
iPad, we have
Kindles.
Kindle, we have all that stuff, right? So try limiting or cutting out anything digital,
Kindle,
right?
yeah.
Yeah, try to use. I try doing like, I don't know, knitting, something where
Wow.
technology is not. You don't.
Journaling.
That's really special.
Journaling,
That's
yeah.
a really specific example. Knitting.
Because like when I was like writing my notes, I was like, knitting. That's one that you can do. But yeah, and I had to say that. But yeah, you could do journaling. You could just do something. Reflect on your day. Like just sit and reflect on your day. That's,
Take a nice bubble
Yeah.
bath.
It's-
There's
it's
a lot of
there's
things
a
you
lot
can
of
do.
things.
It's a
without your-
side note, but I wonder if the Kindle, like I know,
No, it's better.
yeah, I think because I know
Yeah.
Kindle uses like
They don't have that
use that
blue
blue
the
light.
blue light,
No.
right? So, but that might be an exception rather than the rule. I know for
Yes.
sure the
Yeah.
iPads they
Yeah,
have
no.
the
Yeah.
Yeah,
blue
they
light.
have.
Yeah.
They have it because they need that blue
Yeah.
light, right? For all the things that they do. But with Kindle, it's just you're just
Yeah.
reading. It's just
Yeah.
one thing. that you're doing.
E-ink is like the actual
E-ink,
ink. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. So, and then my last little point here, the benefit of sleep. It's so simple, but it gives you energy, right? Now, for this challenge, we're trying to get fit.
Good,
Some of us
good.
are trying to lose weight. Some of us are just trying to get ripped. Me. And one thing that I read in the book that it's so simple, but it makes so much sense. When you go to sleep, it gives you energy, right?
Yeah.
If you lack sleep during the day, they say typically people eat on average 500 more calories just to make up for that energy imbalance,
That's true.
right? So I don't know if you guys remember, like when we were younger, and we'd tell our parents when we were kids at night, like, "Oh, mommy, I'm hungry." Like they used to say, go in your bed and sleep, right? And the reason why, like, I used to be like, man, that's such a cruel thing to tell a child when they're, hungry.
Make them
But,
starve.
but no, it actually makes a lot of sense because when you go to bed, you get that energy back again, and then you're able to, it's sort of like dispenses normally throughout the day when you get a proper night's sleep. But if you don't have that sleep, you're gonna, want to eat more food, and you're gonna want to snack a lot more.
Yeah.
And
It
do all
makes
those
sense.
things.
Like the day, I'm not a big snacker, but the days that I do snack more than I normally do are the days where I go to bed later.
Yeah,
So like I snack more.
it's bad, man. Like it's really bad. So
It's a
No,
vish-
I'm just a question. I don't know. I was just wondering. In the book, did they mention anything about naps throughout the day?
they did mention naps.
Because I love naps.
Yeah, it's good to when your body feels like it should rest, then you should definitely take that time and like take a nap, take rests and all that. So
Okay. I think the last time we were talking about there's different like levels of naps and stuff, and why it's important to like take like even if you're like really tired, like and you have to go somewhere, especially if you're driving.
Yeah.
It's sometimes better to just take a little 7 or 8 minute nap. That would help you get through. That just shows like just a little bit of napping.
Again, our
would give you
parents
so much
were
power.
right when
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
tell
Nap.
us to take a nap. Right?
Yeah.
go in your bed and sleep. That's like that's the best thing for you to do. So I'm gonna just wrap up with that.
Okay.
My tip for anyone who is suffering from insomnia, or if you do have problems sleeping, try getting away from your devices and limiting your screen time before you go to bed. And just see how that works for a week, and hopefully that works. Leave us a comment and let us know. Send us a message, let us know if it worked, and
A
we would
DM.
love to slide in the DMs and let us know if it worked. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have for you guys today.
All right.
Well,
Thanks.
your topic nicely leads into mine.
Beautiful.
It's rest.
Relatively related.
My first question for you guys, when I mentioned the word rest, especially relating to exercise, what do you guys think?
Like rest days, the days where you let your body heal from all the pain that you've been putting it through.
It's the day I look forward to most. I'm just like, oh, resting.
Yeah. Yeah, I think of that day, that time where not just in exercise but in general, where it's like, if I think of the word rest, it's like, okay, it's a time to recuperate. I think of things like wonderful things like vacations and stuff. It's all about resting and recharging from like all the year of just working. Same with exercise, all the week of just working. I think of like, okay, I need to rest to recoup. Yeah.
And how important do you think it is when it comes to exercise to have rest?
And that's when the muscles really rebuild, right? So
Again, it's nice to have a doctor.
I mean, it's just great. We have a doctor on call, man.
She's
Oh,
just
man.
answering all the questions.
All the
Okay.
questions.
I'll say
No,
silent.
no, that's good. No, it's good. It's good.
Exactly, right? That's when your muscles, it seems so contradictory, right? In the fact that you're resting while you're exercising, right? Shouldn't you just exercise all?
Keep going.
But no, you need that rest in between because that's when your muscles repair from all the strain that you put it into. So it is important to do rest, and there's two type of rest, right? And I think Tarrie made reference to it earlier. The first one and the most popular one is intermittent or short-term active rest. And that rest is when you're done a workout or whatnot. When you go to the gym and you see someone lift a lot of weights and everything like that, there'll be short moments in between
Yeah.
where they rest. That's the most often used type of rest.
Okay, so can I ask you a question on that? Because I was doing this program, right? And it's like we're lifting the weights, and then after every rep, it's like, okay, take 45 seconds of rest. And I'm just like, I was like, wait, this workout says it's going to take 50 minutes. If I cut all of my rest down to 10 seconds, then the workout that's 50 minutes is going to last about 35 minutes, right? is that a good idea? Like, just I was thinking I'll save time by just cutting down the rest in between.
That's a horrible idea. There's so many issues that can happen. One, you can injure yourself. And if you're trying to build muscle, if you're trying to do anything to be healthier, the best time for when your body to repair is in that rest period. So for your body to actually build muscle, it's not when you actually do the exercise. It's actually in between that rest. So that's why the resting is so important.
Yeah, that's why they all have that kind of built-in
45
yeah,
seconds,
45 minutes.
And the more intense the workout is, the longer should be the rest. So if you go like
are you learning some
I am
stuff?
going to work out so hard on Monday, then take the week off. Like, that's what I'm gonna do. Like,
well,
No,
we'll talk about that after because that's not exactly.
I was just wondering, like, I'm like, it's so funny because sometimes I see those guys in the gym. I'm sure you guys
And
know.
they're just walking
They lifted
around.
like 150 pounds and then they walk for like 3
Yeah,
minutes. I'm
I'm
like,
like,
what are you doing?
Yeah,
But I
because-
guess it makes
Because
sense.
that's
Yeah.
during that rest period, that's when the muscles is actually building. So you need that. So you rightly said, if you're lifting like a lot of sets, right? If you're lifting less sets, less rest you need. The more sets you do, the more rest you need. So
Okay.
the more intense the workout. So if you're lifting a whole bunch of 300 weights or whatnot, you need a longer period of rest time in between.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
What
Good
if
stuff.
you're what if you're, working out for the first time and like it's that weight is like really heavy for you? Like say
Yeah.
if you've never done 100 deadlifted 100 pounds or whatever.
And you're just like, I'm going hard. I'm going
Yeah,
straight to.
should you be taking longer rests even if it's your first time doing it or no?
Yeah, your body should be able to tell you if you need
Okay,
a longer
okay.
rest.
All right, cool.
The main thing is that you rest so that you don't get injured. Because if you try to push it too much, if your body is doing something that it's not used to doing, it's going to try to recover. And that's when it causes injuries and stuff like that. So you do need that rest. So listen to your body. If it's saying no, that doesn't mean, oh, my body is saying I don't need to do anything.
My body always tells me to stop, so I'm just gonna listen to my body
And even oxygen too. I think that's something that we don't think about. Like not to sound like a science nerd,
No,
but
no,
like
no. We
the
need to encourage that.
the
We encourage
biochemistry of it is that your muscles need the oxygen as well. So that's why you notice you're like out of breath, like, and your body's like taking in the extra oxygen so that it can actually send it to the muscles for the whole rebuilding process as well too, because it's using up energy lifting these weights and stuff. So you need to take that little break in between. Yeah.
Dang. I'm so happy we have a doctor.
Oh my God.
I'm just so happy.
And then, so that's in between. And then another type of rest, which is still under the intermediate short-term recovery rest, is the post-workout rest. So what I used to do, and which was really bad, is after I do my long run, I simply used to just stop. That's it. Just stop and then go home or whatnot. But that's really bad. What I should be doing is once I do that long run, is do a slide jog. Just to cool down, that cool down period.
Cool down period, yeah.
It's really
Tarrie
important.
cool down period. Let me tell you guys, if we'll do workouts together, we finish the workout and then they'll be like, okay, now we'll do the cool down and the stretches. Tarrie's like, oh, I'm done. And he'll
I'm
just
going to
leave
go
me.
have my shower or something.
No, you have to
No,
do
you
the cool.
ha- you
Listen
have
to
to-
your brother. Speak, Tarrie, talk.
No, the cool down period is really important because you cause a lot of strain on your muscle if you don't, and you need that cool down period, as Trudy mentioned, so that oxygen can get to your muscles and everything like that. And that could just be simple. Just walk for like 1 minute and then do some stretches after. They mentioned just doing yoga. So I'm sure you guys see that also. We all go to the gym. Well, we all.
No, we all go to the gym.
Right? And we'll
Or
see.
we used to.
Yeah, well, used to. And
the
we'll all see like those I used to mind people business and whatnot. Because once you're new to the gym, you're trying to figure it out, right?
Yeah, sometimes you just watch people.
Yeah, you're
like,
watching
oh, okay.
and you see someone
That's
who's really
creepy. That's creepy.
You see
Someone might be
someone
watching you thinking that this guy, Troy, looks
He
like he's
knows
been
what he's
around here
doing.
for a long time. And you're just like,
Like,
this
no.
is my first time.
No, you're going to tear your body up in all kinds of ways if you watch me.
and then you see someone who is really fit and they do a long workout, and then after you'll see them go on the treadmill, just doing a slight jog, and you're just
Yeah.
like, what's the point of that?
Yeah.
But no, that's really important for them to have that cool down period. And that, it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to do a jog. You can actually do swimming, like a slight swim. It's just a little bit of a variation in what you're doing, just so that your body can have that recovery time. So that rest, that post rest is really important as well.
Now, okay, I have a question to ask everybody. When I was doing my workouts in the first week, I did everything and I did the stretches and all that stuff. Is it healthy for you to fall asleep immediately after? Because no, like I did my
You're
workout,
so
guys.
tired.
No word of a lie. After I was done, after I did my stretches and everything, I couldn't get up. And then I was like, you know what? I wasn't sore or anything. The next day I wasn't sore or anything, but I was just like, I was done.
Yeah.
So I just fell asleep on the floor. Is that bad or is that good? Like, I don't know. I don't know. Like, do you guys relate? Because is it just me or am I not active? Like, I don't know. Is that good?
Well, you did your stretches and stuff like that
I did.
after. So
I did my stretches.
I think it's okay just to
Okay.
sleep out.
I feel like that's like bad. Like, I feel like that's not a good thing.
It's weird. I
because-
think there's two types of people. Like there are people who can work out
Yeah.
and then they'll do that right before bed and they'll have like a
Yeah.
beautiful night's rest.
That's
right?
me.
Yeah, but then you have other people they'll work out and,
And
they're
they
like, I
have
got
so
my
much
energy. I'm
energy.
like, I gotta
That's
go, I
like
gotta
me,
go.
because
Yeah.
once I do my workout, I generally tend to do my workout in the morning. Because once I do that workout in the morning, I get so energized. Like I feel
Yeah.
really
I
good
did.
after.
Yeah.
I can't do that.
I never really understood people who were like, yeah, I worked out, so now I have more energy. I'm like, isn't it supposed to be you just used all your energy?
My wife is like opposite from me. Once she works out, she just wants to do nothing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's exactly what I did. I literally, like, guys, honestly, if you walked into the room after I worked out, you'd be like, oh, he's dead. He's dead.
That's it. It's Troy, okay?
Yeah, he's gone. But wow, okay. So that's okay. That's a regular thing.
Yeah.
I got so nervous because I was like, this isn't healthy, guys.
No, it depends. It depends on the people.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
then the next type of rest, which you somewhat alluded to, is the long-term recovery rest.
That's my thing.
So that's the one that you once you have you schedule a rest day pretty much.
Okay.
So that's when your body is just recouping from a hard day work or whatnot. You done a lot of work during the week. You just have that scheduled rest day. Now, a scheduled rest day doesn't mean, and a lot of people get this wrong, is that it doesn't mean you don't do nothing. So you just don't, it's not a day where you're just completely lazy. You just lay on your couch, oh, this is my rest day, I don't do nothing. No, it's just that you alternate your training. So rather, like, let's say you have a full intense work day, like you're working your arms, your legs or whatnot. On your rest day, you might go on a slight little jog, or you might just do a little walking or whatnot. It doesn't mean that you're just not doing anything.
Yeah.
You're still a little bit active because, you know, from the medical side, it's
Yeah.
still good to be active
No
every
matter
day.
what. Yeah. For your heart health, lungs.
You know,
Okay.
I'm not doing well. in
Yeah,
that.
Tarrie and Troy are just like, what?
I am.
No,
I'm like a starfish on those days. I'm just
But it's interesting because this was, I think, the first time I really took in that concept of active rest day.
Yeah.
Because that's what she wrote, like
Actually
on the
said
rest. It says
active rest.
active rest. And I'm like, active rest? I'm like, what does that mean? Isn't rest supposed to just be rest?
Yeah,
like,
you're done.
You
but
should
no,
be
you
taking a
have
walk
to
or
keep,
something.
doing something a little lighter, but you're still keeping the blood
Yeah,
flowing
because
and
if
all
you're
that.
just like not doing anything, it defeats the purpose,
Yeah.
right?
yeah, don't be stupid. Come on, guys. No one does that.
You still. So what a lot of athletes tend to do is that they have that concept that I'm trying to improve my performance. I'm just gonna work out. and that's definitely a bad thing. And what it can lead to, and I was just looking up about it, leads to training syndrome, and that's just when someone don't have not enough energy, not enough rest or recovery, and can lead to the worst case scenario, which I mentioned, overtraining syndrome. So that's training your body beyond the ability to recover.
Okay.
And so that's not good at all. And some signs of it, they were just saying a compulsive need to exercise, decrease appetite. So once you're working out more, you don't feel that hungry at all. That's definitely a sign of it. Can lead to depression, a lot of headache, increase injuries, insomnia, lack of energy, feeling wasted out.
So I could imagine someone saying like, how come I'm feeling so like my head is always hurting me? I'm not feeling the best, but I've been working out so much. Like I just keep working out like
that's
3
why.
times a day.
That's
Too
why.
much.
So
You
that
need a
could be
break.
a bad thing too. Wow.
And the main thing is that you're thinking you're helping yourself, but it actually leads to decreased performance. So if you're training for like the 100 meter and you decide to just go all out every single day, and you because you track your time or whatnot, you'll actually start to see your time dipping, and you might question yourself, why is my time dipping? Like I'm working out
Did
hard.
I peak like I peaked?
Yeah, but the reason being is that you're overworking yourself. Your body actually needs that time to recover.
But the body's amazing. That's its kind of way of telling you, okay, calm down now. Like, take it easy. Like,
Yeah, same with
your
same with
performance is
the
not-
sleep and everything. It just
Yeah.
lets you know. It automatically lets you know. I think that's incredible, man.
like your body's sending you all these messages like, go to sleep. Go to sleep if you don't. Like,
Take a
rest if you
rest.
don't.
Yeah.
It's gonna,
So I just a last question for you guys. What are some things that rest and recovery does for the body? What do you think it does for the body?
Well, based on what we talked about, I think it helps with the muscles, helps the muscles grow. And based on your last point, I might be cheating a bit, but it can fight off things like depression and stuff like that, right? So
That's true.
Yeah.
Like you're getting ripped and then you're also getting sad.
But the thing is, if you don't have that rest, you're not gonna get ripped.
Oh,
Yeah,
true.
you're
You're
actually.
not.
See, I'm doing good, guys, because I'm taking my rest. I'm taking my long.
Too much.
So I'm
It's
taking my
just-
rest are too long.
It's
Too
like a
long,
healthy
yeah, too
balance.
long,
Okay,
yeah.
Troy, don't go overboard with the rest.
Fine, I'll keep on doing.
So some of the thing that it does is that it prevent injuries. Obviously, it keeps you motivated. Like
Yeah.
once you have that rest in between,
Yeah.
you're motivated to
You
go
look
out.
forward to it.
Yeah,
Like, yes, I made it. Yeah.
It helps you sleep. Going back to your point,
It does knock me out, man.
it increase your performance wouldn't dip, and help your immune system once you have that rest. So
Okay.
those are some of the things that it helped. And some ways that you know that you need to rest is that you might have sore muscles, so you constantly feel like your muscles are sore or whatnot. Not if you do it the one time, your muscles is gonna be sore, but yeah, if you're
That sounds like
constantly, your muscles are gonna be sore, you need that rest.
On the sore muscles, though, Tarrie or Trudy.
Or Troy.
No, it's just because they. Did you do well? Like when you start back after a long time, are you more high? Is there a higher likelihood of your muscles feeling sore? Like if you're just doing something like the people who do it all the time, they don't feel sore muscles as much, right? Like
they wouldn't, but they advise that you don't do the same workout all the time. Like you wanna be.
So when you mix it up, you will feel that.
You will feel that soreness, and obviously too much soreness is not good. But your muscles you're doing something that you're not used to doing to your muscles, so you are gonna feel that soreness.
You're abusing them, so.
It's just
So
like,
there's
yeah, don't do
nothing
this.
like we normally don't lift weights the way that we do, right? So you are gonna feel because you're doing something new to your muscles, right? So there's nothing wrong with the soreness, but you don't want it to constantly be so.
Okay.
And I think that, as Tarrie was saying, that's why it's important. You have to switch it up. It can't be that Monday through Friday you're always doing high intensity interval training. Like, you have to actually, maybe on the Monday you're gonna do, arms and legs, and then on Tuesday or Wednesday you're gonna work on like your back and your chest. Like, you want to make sure you split it up.
Switch it up.
Yeah, and you know what you're doing. And also, it's important in terms of the types of exercises you pair together. That was something that I learned. I was like, oh, so as I mentioned, like chest and back, you want it to be like something that you don't want to do your chest to the point where your back is feeling like, wait, I didn't get any kind of workout. So you want to balance
So
the
you're just
two.
like looking like that.
Yeah, so you want to make sure you balance. So
Okay.
Yeah, and I think that would come in on rest too, because if you're resting the chest and the back, at least they're resting together rather than doing one day chest
and then your back.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, so if you feel fatigue, also if you're feeling a lot of pain, that's a good sign that you need a rest.
Okay, good. Got it.
Yeah, and don't push if you feel pain.
I should just not work out then.
And one other thing, going back to that again, if you're having sleeping issues, that definitely is a good sign that your body needs rest. Now, I know I said it was the last question, but this is the last question. How long do you think your rest should be?
At least 3 months. No?
I think it depends on what you did. Like, yeah, it could be like a minute in between, as you said, or it could be like, you need a day or two of rest. Like, if you did something really intense, right?
Wait, do you mean like while you're working out, or like after you've done a full workout?
Yeah, okay, so maybe a day or two. I don't know, like depending on what you did.
Yeah, I'd say like a day.
At least a day.
Yeah.
Well, you're all somewhat right.
I mean, wrong. You mean wrong?
Yeah.
No, I don't think you're wrong.
No?
Because it honestly depends.
Okay.
There's no one size fits all. It's not like the ideal sweet spot is 24 hours. No.
Yeah.
It's honestly just knowing your body, knowing if 24 hours is going to work for you, if maybe 2 days it's going to work for you. So it's just knowing your body. There's no research have shown that there's no ideal amount of rest. It's just knowing your body pretty much.
Okay. Good stuff.
Okay.